It is a rough reality for some people still struggling to buy a home in the Denver metro area. Rising prices and interest rates have sent many buyers back to renew their lease and keep renting. But it's not a walk in the park there either. Our real estate expert is with us this morning with some insight. Lane Lyon is the managing broker at Coldwell Banker. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Gary, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too. So a lot of people renting, a lot of people trying to buy. Demand on both ends pretty high, right?
Yeah, and a big reason is so many people want to move to Colorado, with net migration estimates between 80 and 120,000 people a year moving to Colorado. So if it feels like there's a little more traffic out there, there is. Absolutely. I talked to Greg Batchelor. He's the owner of Real Property Management Colorado, and he gave me some numbers. He says, yes, I'm seeing a fair amount of people coming through, millennials, other buyers submitting applications because they feel priced out. A big reason is demand. Batchelor says among the portfolio of properties here, monthly rent rates are up between 10 and 12% over last year. Now that's a little better, Gary, than the residential sales, which we've been reporting here around 18% last month. So that's a little bit better. But when you consider all the properties they manage, average rent price is $1,900 per month, $2,250 a month for single family homes. And if you're looking for a place to rent right now, you know, it's slim pickings out there. Vacancy rates are around 3%. And for some perspective, economists agree that anything under 3% is really like no vacancy at all, because you're always going to have that little gap between one tenant moving out and the other moving in. But, you know, Gary, the upside to all of this, and of course I'm always looking for that bright spot, is if you're an investor thinking about buying some rental properties, the market is perfect for that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
If you can find it.
Exactly.
There is
Good luck. We'll help you.
So if you are needing to rent for whatever reason and having issues, do you have any suggestions?
Well, it's a great question. Be organized. And so you're going to have a credit check, background check. Make sure you've got stable employment, documentation ready to go. Unlike the sales side, where we actually have competition and bidding wars for properties, federal regulations don't allow that for rentals. So it really is be ready, act fast, get your paperwork in, and there are a lot of people who are continuing to try again as far as that goes.
You see, occasionally you see these rent-to-own properties. Is that a good idea?
Well, there are programs out there. In fact, Home Partners of America is one that a lot of us realtors know about. The cool thing about that program is you as the renter get to go pick the house that you'll be renting and later owning. And it really works out well for people who can afford their monthly payment, but they just don't have that cash that's needed to get that down payment going and going over the appraisal price like we've seen. So that's an idea. But I have to say before I go, the reality is owning a home is going to be a better investment than renting.
Sure.
And because the interest rates are in that 5% range right now, we're seeing a little leveling off. Not as much competition, a little bit of easing on the prices. So if you can and don't have to give up, keep with it, swing for the fences, make a good investment. I had a great realtor friend real quick that said, you know what, you get a 0% return on rent.
Right.
So something to think about, food for thought.
Absolutely. All right. Well, keep positive. That's what you got to do. All right.
Thanks
Lane
so much.
Lyon, as always, good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.